Hey there, LogDog321 here, and today we're going to be talking about the Shark Navigator, Liftaway, Rotator, Professional, whatever the heck you want to call it, just add adjectives here. The Shark Rotator Vacuum. This is going to be the troubleshooting manual. So if you're having trouble with your rotator, this is the right video for you. Now if you're wondering why my foot has no sock, that will be my sock will be used later in the demonstration. So, you're having trouble with your navigator. Now, there's two types of problems. You're either going to have low suction, or you're going to have a problem with the brush. Now, the brush actually is the easiest to solve, so why don't we go over that first. Now, one thing that most people don't realize with the brush is that it has a separate power button. So, if you see here on the machine, we've got two power buttons. A power and a brush roll button. I'm going to turn it on so you see what happens. See how that button lit up green? That means that my brush roll is on. So if this were connected to the brush down there, wherever it is, there we go, then the brush would start. So why don't I show you? Okay, there. So it clicked in. Now the first thing you're going to make sure you have good contact. You'll notice if the headlights turn on. So if the headlights are on, you know you've clicked in successfully. And then you're just going to want to make sure that this little light down here is green. This means that your brush is spinning. You can also see it through the little window down here. But in fact, why don't I show you what happens if you try to suck something up? And in this case, you're going to see the light turn red. Now, you can see my sock. See, the light turned red. It stopped itself before it destroyed itself. And now all I have to do is, why don't I actually just pull this up? Let me just put this on the little caddy. That way I can show you. Now you see my sock here. I can just give it a yank. Comes right out. Good as new. Put the navigator back on put the rotator back on the floor. Sorry about that. There we go. Clicked in. And we're back. No problems. So, if you see the light's red or there's no light, that means that you're not getting power to the brushes. If the light is off, but yet the headlights are still on, double check that your brush roll button is pressed. If you don't have your brush roll on, you're not going to see much in terms of pickup. Now, the next problem is suction problem. So, if your brushes are turning and you're still not picking much up, either you have a really clean house, which good for you, that's very hard, or you have a clog somewhere. So first place to check for a clog, on the head itself. If you're getting good performance via the tools, but you can't pick much up via the head, on the bottom, you're going to want to make sure that you cut off all this hair. Now you can see my maintenance video for that. I show you exactly what to do for maintenance and how to get the best performance. But let's say you have a clog somewhere and your head is clean. So you're going to want to push these two little tabs in and open up. Your clog should be somewhere inside here. Either that or in there. If it's not in there, then we move on to the next step. So now that we've isolated the problem's not in the head, let's put it over here. Let's pull our navigator into frame. And there we go, you can see it. And let's start by releasing the wand. So we press the wand release button. My wand does tend to stick, but that said, the vacuum is pretty new. So we look inside our wand. We can't see anything in it. So now we press right here the handle release button. Now this pulls the handle off from the wand. Now if I hold it down and press, there we go. Wand is clear. We can double check it and put it off to the side. Now we've got our handle. Now something you should check here is this suction relief valve. If you turn it all the way to the left, you're going to give up about 40% of your suction. You'll hear airflow, so you'll know if it's a suction relief problem. But just try, double check, just turn it all the way to the right. After that, you're going to want to pull off the hose. So to do that, we just come down here to the bottom, squeeze these two tabs, and there we go. Now the hose is off. Now look through here. If you have a clog, if you have a clog in the hose, I recommend running a broom pull through it. That normally gets rid of any clog and pushes it to the other side where you can easily get it out. After that, check right here. Just turn it on and put your hand right here. If you don't feel much airflow, then you either have a clog in your S-bend, inside this little tube, or somewhere else in the machine, and we'll get to that in a second. But if you have a clog in your S-bend, you can easily pull your S-bend out by pressing down on this little red button and pulling out. There's your S-bend. And then once you're done, you can just click it right back in. So now that we've isolated our handle, our wand, our floor head, and our S-bend, what else is there? Well, let's take a look in the dirt cup. So we open up the dirt cup. Now let's take a look in here. So, obviously I've got some dirt in mine, I don't want to dump it. Let's open up the top. Now run your hand along this little cone right here, just go like that a couple times. And just see if you can get any dirt off of it. Sometimes dirt will cake onto there and that will impair your performance. Next, pull out your filter. If this is clogged, then you're not going to get any performance at all. Also, check the filter underneath it by pulling up on this little fabric tab. If you see dirt on here, you're probably going to have some bad performance. After that, the last thing to check is your HEPA filter. To check your HEPA filter, you're just going to pull this little thing that says Rotator right off. And then pull out on the HEPA filter. Now double check there's not like any gunk on here or anything bad. If you see any big pieces, that's pretty bad and you're going to want to get this replaced. If you call Shark, say, hey, I've got some chunks on my HEPA filter. Hey, my HEPA filter's black and grimy. No airflow can get through it. Don't worry, they'll send you a new one. And then after that, if you still can't find your clog after that, then it's time to call Shark because you probably have a motor problem. But this guide should fix pretty much 99% of clogs. 99% of clogs, actually, happen either here or here. That's pretty much where all your clogs are going to be. Now, to put the machine back together, you're going to want to take your S-bend. Easiest way to get the S-bend back in is like this. Now put the machine with the top part in, get this side in the groove, and then just click it in. There you go. Take these two little round notches and line them up here. You'll hear a click when it goes in successfully. There we go. To get the wand in, you're going to want to make sure that this thing that says handle, this red button that says handle, pointing towards you. There we go. And then you're just going to want to make sure the handle's going the right way. There we go. After that, I pulled this off. So, move the caddy out of the way. Put it back on the head. And there you go. That is troubleshooting for the Shark Navigator Rotator. I hope you liked this video. If you have any problems, please just send me a comment and I will try to help you out as best I can. Oh, and one last thing. Some people say, or some people ask, hey, is there a belt? That's a pretty tough question, because technically there is a belt in here that connects the motor to the brush. However, it's not user replaceable. So if you do have a belt issue, once again, you're going to have to call Shark. But don't worry, you do have the best warranty, one of the best warranties out there on this vacuum, and they will take care of you. So yeah, this has been troubleshooting for the Shark Navigator Rotator. Thanks for watching, and please rate, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, any problems, just let me know, and I will get back to you. Thanks. Have a great day.